Are you as exasperated as I am? Can you believe what we're witnessing with the Golden State Warriors? For years, they've been the gold standard, a beacon of basketball brilliance, a dynasty that redefined the game. But now, as we stand on the precipice of a new season, doesn't it feel like they're actively fumbling away their own future? How can a franchise so accustomed to making all the right moves suddenly find itself entangled in such a perplexing, self-inflicted web of indecision and discord? This isn't just a confusing summer for the Warriors, my friends. They've plunged headfirst into a full-blown schedule crisis, and the fallout could be far more catastrophic than anyone is willing to admit. The whispers have grown into a roar, and the primary subject of this escalating tension is none other than Jonathan Kuminga. His contract extension negotiations are not just stalled, they're effectively deadlocked, a stalemate that casts a long, ominous shadow over the entire organization. But Kuminga is merely the tip of a much larger, more precarious iceberg. Reports are swirling that Jimmy Butler, the fiery competitor brought in to reignite their championship aspirations, has gone directly to management, demanding answers, clarity, and decisive action. The roster, once a formidable collection of talent and depth, now feels alarmingly thin, a stark contrast for a team that still, against all evidence, insists on presenting itself as a legitimate contender in the cutthroat Western Conference. This isn't just about a single player. It's about the very soul of a dynasty teetering on the brink. Let's zero in on Kuminga, the young phenom whose future has become the ultimate strategic puzzle for Golden State. The Warriors reportedly put two distinct offers on the table: a 3-year, $75.2 million deal with a team option in the third year, or a 3-year, $54 million pact without that option. Both are significant commitments, but Kuminga's camp, acutely aware of his burgeoning potential and the leverage he possesses, is pushing for player control in that crucial final season. Their alternative, a bold gambit, is to accept the $7.9 million qualifying offer for the 2025-26 season. This would grant Kuminga unrestricted free agency in the summer of 2026, effectively making him an expiring trade chip for the upcoming season, but also daring the Warriors to either resolve this impasse or face the very real risk of losing a valuable asset for absolutely nothing. The clock is ticking, and every moment of indecision only amplifies the potential for a disastrous outcome. Into this swirling vortex of uncertainty steps Jimmy Butler, a man who lives and breathes winning. Acquired in a blockbuster multi-team deal back in February, Butler was brought to Golden State for one reason: to win now. He's not here for a rebuilding project, nor is he here to patiently wait for young talent to develop. His reported contact with the Warriors' front office demanding clarification is a powerful statement. He wants management to either finalize a deal with Kuminga or make a definitive move before training camp even begins. This isn't just a player being impatient, it's a veteran leader attempting to remove a suffocating cloud of uncertainty to align roles and to allow the group to consolidate its identity. This Kuminga rumor, this ongoing saga, has already disrupted other crucial roster movements, leaving the team without guaranteed agreements for several key positions. It's a domino effect, and the first domino is wobbling precariously. Herein lies the profound tension that threatens to tear the Warriors apart. Butler arrived with an unyielding mandate to win championships immediately, while Kuminga, a cornerstone of the team's future, is negotiating for long-term advantage and security. If this impasse persists, if the Warriors continue to drag their feet, the consequences will ripple far beyond the fate of a single player. The team's young cornerstone, Kuminga, could walk in 2026, leaving a gaping hole in their future plans. The crucial wing rotation, already a point of concern, will become even thinner, leaving Steph Curry and Butler with an unsustainable burden. And suddenly, Butler, who will be nearing 40 years old, might start to question whether his own championship clock is truly synchronized with that of the franchise. Draymond Green, the emotional heart and defensive anchor of the team, continues to be an invaluable presence. But with his own contract winding down and the apparent wear and tear of a legendary career becoming more evident, he simply cannot cover all the team's systemic flaws by himself. The trade for Butler was, at the time, a bold and audacious redefinition for the Warriors. After years of desperately searching for a versatile, two-way wing to complement Steph Curry in the twilight of his prime, they finally landed a superstar. The gamble was clear. Butler's undeniable upside, combined with the internal growth and potential of players like Kuminga, could restore Golden State's chances of being a top-tier contender in the brutally competitive Western Conference. That gamble, once so promising, now looks increasingly dubious, almost reckless, if Kuminga's future remains a month-to-month proposition. The foundation upon which they hope to build their next championship run is cracking, and the tremors are being felt throughout the league. So, with all this swirling uncertainty with the dynasty's future hanging precariously in the balance, what exactly should the Golden State Warriors do? The path forward, while uncomfortable, is clear and demands immediate action. First and foremost, they must decide on Jonathan Kuminga, and they must do it fast. If the organization genuinely believes he is one of the top 3 foundational pieces alongside Curry and Butler, then they must pay the premium. Offer him a deal that includes player protection in year 3, giving him the control his camp desires, and solidify his place in the franchise. If, however, they harbor doubts about his long-term fit or his ability to consistently contribute at an elite level, then they must trade him now. His value is currently high, and they could acquire valuable two-way wings and much-needed size in return. To delay this decision until October, to let this uncertainty linger, only increases the chances of him playing out a qualifying offer path directly into 2026 free agency, a scenario that would be an unmitigated disaster for the franchise. Secondly, the Warriors must balance Butler's championship window with crucial roster depth. Butler's reported plea for guidance from the front office stems from the undeniable fact that the team still desperately needs playable contracts, reliable role players who can contribute meaningfully. Reports indicate that potential targets for these crucial mid-rotation spots have been left in limbo during the Kuminga impasse. Even with Steph Curry performing at an MVP caliber level, Golden State simply cannot survive another season without consistent, reliable minutes from proven two-way players. The burden on their aging stars is already immense. They cannot afford to be shorthanded. Finally, if Kuminga does ultimately decide to take the qualifying offer, the Warriors must map out their contingencies right now. This means proactively planning for extensions for trusted players already on the roster, ensuring they have midseason flexibility to acquire another two-way forward, and establishing a clear, unwavering line about overpaying older names simply for the sake of familiarity. In the current collective bargaining agreement, maintaining salary mobility and financial flexibility is just as critical as star power. They need to be agile, adaptable, and prepared for every eventuality, rather than reacting to crises as they unfold. Right now, the elite teams in the Western Conference are solid, organized, and strategically aligned. The Warriors? They feel profoundly stuck between eras, a once dominant force grappling with its own identity. If Jonathan Kuminga walks away in 2026 for nothing, and if Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor, grows weary of the organizational paralysis, this summer won't just be about a single contract dispute. It will be remembered as the pivotal moment when a legendary dynasty, through a series of self-inflicted wounds and agonizing indecision, finally began its irreversible slide into mediocrity. The solution, while perhaps uncomfortable for a front office accustomed to smooth sailing, is not complicated. Choose a definitive route with Kuminga, and then spend the remainder of this crucial summer aggressively strengthening the middle of the rotation. Ensure that Butler and Curry are not left with a shorthanded bench come January. Anything less than this decisive action, and what currently feels messy, will quickly and tragically become irreversible. The legacy of a generation hangs in the balance. What do you think, basketball fans? Are the Warriors making a colossal mistake by letting the Kuminga situation drag on? What should they do to save their championship window and keep Jimmy Butler happy? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, turning on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this unfolding drama as the Warriors navigate what could be the most critical offseason in their storied history.